What is up, rappers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're just gonna be talking about a few things. A lot has happened since I've been away, as we all know. The start of the 2025 Supercross season. Obviously, A1 was last night, and yeah, we got a lot to talk about that. And obviously, updates on the game. The new OEM's out. Everything. The A1 track dropping for the aerial series. Yeah, I've been away, but I've not stopped playing this game lately. Especially when I heard the news about these new OEMs coming out and the update about all the engine braking, all the bikes getting a new update where they have the race setting on where all the bikes are pretty much the same speed, so there's not a meta. There's many other videos out there that's way better than mine that if you want to look into that, just look it up, and many other better content creators have it. But today I just want to talk about a few things about what I saw at A1 and how I'm surprised about how people really, how certain people did, First off, I want to talk about Anderson. Got off to a great start, pulled the whole shot, and led for a few laps before he got past. Well, he didn't pull the whole shot, my bad. Eli Tomac pulled the whole shot until he crashed, and then his teammate Prado was in the lead, and then Jason Anderson passed for the lead. Yeah, Jason looked good. For the 450 race start, the broadcast people were talking about how they said he could be the one to mess with, and I agree with them. Like, Jason Anderson looks good on that Kawasaki. I mean, he looked way better on the Husky back in 2018 when he won the title, but like, he's starting to look like old Anderson again on this Cowie, and I really think we need to watch out for him. And yeah, I want to talk about Cooper Webb. Of course, it took him a little bit to start up, he back in the pack, and he moved up to 4th place. I really want him to win. He doesn't get the talk like everybody else does. Like, they keep on forgetting about him. But if y'all remember last year, Cooper Webb is the one that took the red plate from Jet Lawrence and had it for 2 rounds. He didn't get lucky or anything or whatever. I don't really remember, but yeah, he took the red plate from Jet and had it for a few rounds last year. So did AP, but yeah, I feel like Cooper Webb's probably the one to watch to win this championship, and if things go as planned and he can get that comfortability and that speed back up, I feel like he might be the one to win the championship as well. And of course, as we saw, Eli Tomac getting the whole shot. Yeah, that was scary. Eli, of course, as we all know, this might be this is his last full season of Super Motocross World Championship. Might not be the last season of Supercross and Motocross, whatever he comes back and do. I hope he comes back and does something next year. But yeah, got off to a great start, pulled the whole shot, and then just tucked that front end. Like he said on the interviews, like that East Coast dirt gets slippery and stuff, And he trusted it too well, and he tucked the front end, but pulled the whole shot, did very well, and it's hard not to. What I'm trying to say, it's hard not to talk about Eli Tomac and winning another championship, because 2023, when he ruptured his Achilles heel, dude, he was like the best I've ever seen him. Like, I watched the whole Eli Roxon, the Eli Dungy, and he was just he was fast, but he was never consistent. But like 2023, dude, like, oh my god, this guy was on a whole nother level, dude. He was top tier. Like, I feel like he could have won every single race if he had to. but bad starts and other stuff affected that. But he was going to win that championship. Like, there was no doubt in my mind. Like, I did want him to win, obviously. I'm a Cooper Webb fan by heart. I'm on the Webb wagon, but Eli Tomac is a great dude. I respect him. And he was the one to win the championship in 2023, but he just overjumped that jump and ruptured his Achilles heel. We all remember that. That was like very heartbreaking, even though I didn't want him to win. And I was like, dang, dude, that sucks. But yeah, I feel like Eli could definitely also win this championship this year. Especially if he gets out and pulls a whole shot. He'll probably pull a gap like he normally would. I want to talk about Ken Roczen as well, dude. Like, second place, dude. Wins the heat race. Then gets his second place in the main event, dude. Ken Roczen is just a sneaky snake, I swear. Like, he can pull stuff out of his back pocket like nothing else. It's crazy. And that Suzuki is looking very good. Like, normally I don't like the Suzukis at all. But that Suzuki looks good underneath him. And they were talking about, the broadcaster crew was talking about the factory suspension, not suspension, but transmission. That looks like it's helping him a lot. And yeah, I'm glad he made that change, and he looks good. Kenny looks good. And then I want to talk about probably the last thing we talking about, unless I think about somebody else, but I might talk about Prado. Let me talk about Prado first. He looked good. I figured he's gonna fade back like he did, like towards the end of the moto. I think all the pressure got to him, and yeah, he made a few mistakes, and obviously he crashed. Which I didn't want him to crash like that. It kind of sucks. It kind of blows. But you know what? He did a great job. Even though he did crash at the end, towards the end there. But Prado looked good. He was up there in third for a long time. And I figured, like I said, he was going to fade back. But for the first Supercross debut on a 450, like, he completely skipped the 250 and went to 450. He impressed me, like, very impressive for a first-time 450 rider. And I can only imagine, like, how intimidating all the other guys are, like Barsha, Cooper Webb, Eli Tomac, Anderson, Roczen. Like, these guys have been in this league for a long time, and just to get thrown in there in the Wolves, bro, like, that's how I would feel if I was Prado, dude. I was like, dang, dude, these legends of the sport, and I'm brand new, and I'm just getting thrown in here. Well, he didn't get thrown in there, but you know what I mean. But yeah, and then I want to talk about, obviously, cat's out of a bag, Jet Lawrence, terrible start. Gets stuck on a tough block and gets a very bad start. And I don't know exactly what happened, but then, like, Eli gets behind him, and then Eli starts going, and I thought, okay, it's Jet. He's probably gonna hook on to Eli, and they're both gonna go through the pack, and then Eli is gonna slow down a little bit. And then Jet Lawrence is just going to fly by everybody else and end up winning, But did happen. He got stuck behind some people and crashed up in the sand again. And he was just back there. And his brother crashed in the same spot. And they were back there. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Because I think all this hate that he's getting from everybody, he's not used to it. And he's saying, like, oh, I'm going to use that as food and do better and prove them wrong. I think it's getting to him. I think the hate's getting to him because he's not used to being the type of guy to have hate like that. And it's really affected him mentally. And I believe that's why he didn't get the best start. And I think that's why he was not riding the best. Plus, bike issues. We all know Honda has its bike issues. Chase said it proved him with Chase Sexton when he was at 2023 at his fastest and the best, and Only reason why he won that championship is because everybody started getting hurt at the end, and he was the last one up. But yeah, I was watching a podcast the other day with Gypsy Tales, and the guy he was interviewing was like, I don't think Chet and Hunter's going to leave the Honda team for a while. I'm like, well, it keeps on giving them problems, and if the bike's going to do what it did yesterday, and we have races like that, both of them out of the top 10, then I don't see a bright future for the Honda team with the Lawrence brothers. I'm not shedding any hate on the Lawrence brothers or Jet. I don't really mind. Like, I mean, the kid's fast. The kid's good. I mean, I can't hop on a motorcycle and do what he does, or what any of them do. But I really think the hate's getting to his head, and he's like overthinking everything now. And he wants to prove these people wrong so bad that it's just getting to him, and he's not focusing on what he needs to be doing. He's focusing on what the people are saying, and he's focusing on, like, oh, I'm going to prove these people wrong, but he's not focusing on the race, the championship, or whatever. But yeah, like, insane. A lot of people that was up front, I did not expect to be up front. A few people that I did expect to be up front was up front, but they did get a good start, and they had to fight through the pack to get to where they were. And yeah, now we're gonna go down to the 250 class. I just want to get the 450s out of the way because like a lot happened there. I didn't even talk about Chase Sexton. Obviously, he won. I don't need to talk about Chase because he proved to everyone that he's ready. He's ready to race. He's here to win this championship. So, but going down to 250s class now. Similar situation in the 250 class. It's kind of crazy. People that were up front wasn't up front off the start, and people who I didn't think was going to do well did well. And I gotta talk about the winner of A1, Joe Samoda. Like, everybody was like, oh, he has a chance to win this championship. Oh, he's gonna do well. Oh, he could beat Deegan. I was like, there ain't no way in Hades that Joe Samoda is gonna come out and beat Hayden Deegan or come out and win a race off the rip, because you know he always starts slow. And wasn't I proven wrong? I got my balls kicked on that one. That was crazy. Like, came out hold-shotted and just led the race for 15 minutes plus 2. And I was impressed. I was like, dang, okay. Deegan might have a little more challenge than he expected, but yeah, Joe surprised me. I didn't have him winning this race at all. I mean, I like the dude. I like to see foreigners come over and do well, you know, like, I don't know how it was in their country. I don't know how it is in any other country besides America, because I've been here. I haven't really gone out of the country because I'm not the richest person out there. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see him out front, and I bet a lot of his fans that was watching were happy. And congrats to Joe. Like, respect coming out and doing what the boys needed. So and then I want to talk about Julian. He kicked butt, dude. Like, he was, after I heard that after I heard that Levi was leaving and going to the East Coast, I was like, the only person I really think that could give, like, Deegan a run for his money maybe is Beaumaire and Smith. But, like, Julian's fast, bro. That KTM looks good under him. He's working with Chase Sexton, and I was like, dude, yeah. Him and Chase, yeah, dude. I figured he was gonna do well. But yeah, Julian did good. He finished second, fastest qualifier, won his heat race. That kid watch out for him. He's gonna win. He's gonna win a few, and he's gonna give Deegan a run for his money. And then let's talk about Jordan Smith, obviously on the new team, the Triumph Factory Racing team. The bike looks good. He looks good on the bike. I've really been having a grudge against Jordan Smith lately, ever since last year. Actually 2 years ago, because the incident between him and Deegan. But I mean, teammates are going to be teammates. People are going to be people. They're trying to have fun out there, try to race. You know, a win's a win, you know. You get extra money for winning a race. So, but I don't see taking out a teammate is smart for winning a race or whatever. That one instance 2 years ago where they got the cat and mouse in a heat race, and he took them both out, took himself out and stuff, and he had to go to the LCQ, and then Deegan made it through. And then last year in Las Vegas, where it came down to the last lap, and Deegan won, but Jordan Smith almost took Deegan out in the last corner on the last lap of the race, and possibility of winning the championship against RJ. But he was your teammate, and you're willing to take him out on the last lap, possibly winning a championship just because you want to win. That does make no sense to me, but it is what it is. He looked good on the Triumph Factory Racing team's first podium. That makes me get even more excited for the East Coast with Fortner, because I feel like if Jordan Smith is doing this well on this bike, Fortner, if he doesn't get hurt or crash, might do even better, because I feel like Austin might be a little bit better rider than Jordan Smith if Austin doesn't crash again. But we'll see. Like again, we all know that Fortner had a brain surgery during the off season, plus switching new team, new bike. So we'll just gotta see. We gotta wait and see in a few weeks how he does. I'm really pulling for him on the East Coast. He's got some heavy hitters though over there on that side. RJ, the West Coast champion from last year. Obviously Levi, because he's sick, going to the East. And then we're going to talk about Deegan. Deegan, I was really expecting him to get the whole shot and just run away with it, but he ended up crashing. Not getting a good start. Ended up crashing. Made his way up to 5th place. He's only 8 points behind in the championship. They always say you can't win a championship in A1, but you can lose it. I'm not sure if he's lost it yet, but we'll see. I know that this 5th place is probably going to light the fire on his butt and make him work harder and do better. And yeah, we're probably going to see a different Deegan next week. We're going to see that determined Deegan that wants to win and everything else, even more than we have seen before. So I feel like obviously Deegan's still his favorite to win, but Julian, Smith, and Shimoda are looking good. So it might not be as easy as we think it is, but we'll see. It's all according on later on the season. I know that Deegan will probably be there. I feel like Julian will be there, and it's according if Jordan Smith doesn't have any bike issues, like not feeling comfortable on the bike or trying to change something and it makes it worse and can't go back to the old setting because it doesn't work with the new setting or whatever, you know what I mean? Like if he changes certain parts, that makes it feel better, but the old setting doesn't work like that. And yeah, it's all up to Joe Shimoda to see if he gets the starts that he needs, and if he starts starting to slow down off the starts and stuff, then you know we're just gonna see same old Joe Shimoda. He's gonna get bad starts, not be on the race pace until it's too late, and then he's just gonna be slowly drifting out of the championship hunt. But yeah, A1 overall was a great race. It's definitely showing that both classes are stacked, more stacked than we possibly thought. Because, like, again, I'm surprised that Roxon got on the podium, and I'm surprised that Joe Shimoda won, you know? But yeah, very exciting. Can't wait for next week. I'll probably do these every weekend, hopefully, if I remember or if I'm not busy. I just enjoy racing, and I stayed up to watch 250 class. I was getting too tired to watch the 450, so I went to bed, but I watched it this morning, and yeah, it was A1 was A1, you know? A lot of surprises, seeing where people's at, rivalry starting already, and you know, top contenders not being where they need to be. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, a little talk and insight of how I feel about A1. I hope y'all enjoyed A1 as much as I did, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, gets the videos out going, and of course, I enjoy making videos here and there. Really been working on myself and just trying to keep my mind on other things, and I've been working, and yeah, we're snowed in right now, so I really had nothing else to do but make a video. So yeah, plus A1 obviously, but can't wait for next week. And again, I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.